Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing this fine morning? Uh, boy, as per usual, I've been having a hard time waking up. So, guys, today has finally come. It's uh, it's time to head back to work. And it's a good and a bad thing. Um, I have to pay for all of this stuff that went down in the last month and a half, and it's been an experience. I've had to stop wasting my time outside, which I love to do. Uh, I had to start saving. I've been depressed because I haven't been working. Ran out of ideas. It's been an experience. That's what I should have been talking about today. Is the fear of going back to work. You know, I feel kind of numb right now, and that's okay. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? It's all I can do. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? Uh, you know, I've started working on my shorts again and just really talking about what's going on in the world and just trying to figure out my place in it. And that's when I came up with the subject today. Are you a special kind of stupid? You know, the 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 decline in our educational system. I'll just say it like that. The decline in our educational system. There was a kid here in Georgia. I think he was in like the 11th grade, and he failed all of his classes, and they still passed it. The decline in our educational system in Florida. They're trying to remove all and any reference to slavery. uh, Systematic racism. The the advanced placement classes on African American study. They don't want us to know about ourselves. They don't want us to know about sundown towns. They don't want us to know about um, the systematic racism. You've got you've got African Americans that don't care. They don't care what you proved them wrong with Trump, who's a criminal, who is not a real businessman because he's been lying about a whole lot of stuff. They don't want you. They don't care, and they will go to these rallies that he can't even afford to do, and he's been owing certain counties in certain places in all of the United States. He still owes them money for running these rallies or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? What standing president does that? But you'll follow him. And there was a guy that wound up getting the crap beat out of him at a Trump rally. I wonder what was said. I wonder what was said. And I wonder, is he still going to vote for him afterwards? You're licking people's bootstraps just to eat at the table and you're not welcome at the table. You know what I'm saying? You're not welcome at the table. You know, our our women today, they ain't gonna change. That's why these older men, and I'm not saying myself, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happily married. Because you made bad choices. You get on here and say all men cheat. Some of us want love. Some of us want to be appreciated. Some of us want some of us want to appreciate you. I w- I was doing some homework and I forgot to look that up. Let me see if I still got it. Here it is. And if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to learn from your mistakes, it's not my fault. I seen this. It says 6 hard truths every man must remember. Number one, nice men are used, shy men are ignored, weak men are abused, soft men are pushed around, patient men are exploited. Those are the guys that know you've been hurt and trying to give you a chance. Ruthless men, number six, ruthless men are respected. So it's the idiot that treats you like crap and whatever. They're respected. Those are 6 hard truths every man must remember. I wish I'd have knew. It didn't even dawn on me. And at the bottom it says, "Remember this applies accordingly." Jesus. And we have a new storm is coming. They haven't gotten over the last one, but a new storm is coming. And you've got people that the last one was such devastation, destroyed all kind, destroyed all the way up into the Carolinas. And everybody's upset that people are only getting $750 from FEMA, not knowing that the president does not control the money. But you're using that against good morning, First Jimmy. The president does not control the money, but you're using that against Democrats because you're spreading misinformation. I'm gonna read something because I printed it out. I actually did a little homework. It says Congress may break from its 6 week recess and return to D.C. in the last days for, before an extremely close election to approve emergency spending for hurricane relief response. Lawmakers are set to return to Washington aren't set to return to D.C. till November 5th. But President Joe Biden indicated Monday during remarks on the storm that he may ask Congress to return sooner to take up emergency spending requests. Whether to do so would be up to Speaker Johnson, the Senate Majority Leader, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. How much pressure these two feel to cut the recess short would likely depend on the White House Budget Office send Congress the emergency supplemental spending request, how soon federal agents expect to run out of cash, and how urgent the need appears. The death toll by Monday afternoon topped 100 over 6 states: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. And the White House advisor said that hundreds more are missing. 2 million people are without power, and many people are lacking water and mobile phone services. Let me get to this point. Everybody says FEMA's running out of money. FEMA's not running out of money. FEMA can spend as much as it needs on the disaster recovery thanks to a provision Congress approved a few days ago, a special caveats for emergencies. See, we are blaming President Biden for not doing his job. His job. Let me read that too. Good morning, Pete. I'm not gonna read that yet. His job is not to give out the money. That's Congress. His job is not to give out the money. I should have put on my tinfoil hat. His job is not to give. I repeat, his job is not to give out money. There, there are there are influencers that are showing their true color out there. They're blaming the immigrants or illegal aliens for everything. Before we were eating the dogs and the cats, before they were eating the dogs and the cats, now they're getting thousands and thousands of dollars. See, it's just like someone has said, if they just came out with a pallet of money and was just giving it out to people, wouldn't wouldn't there be room for corruption? That's not money that you have to give back. That 750 is given, and then they have to assess the area. The devastation is unbelievable. Oh no, I'm not talking politics. I'm talking a special kind of stupid. You know, we we ain't got no common sense no more. It's not politics. It's not black or white. It's not Republican or Democrat. But these people are showing their true colors when you don't want to help the American people. We're supposed to all be Americans. Do you see what I'm saying? I already know who I'm voting, and I'm not gonna tell you who I'm voting because none of y'all business. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? I started with that, but I'm gonna talk about some other stuff. I talked about was it uh the Royal Caribbean, all of the people that are on Royal Caribbean. So that scared crooked pizza off. because she thinks it's just about politics. No, it's just about stupid. A special kind of stupid. Royal Caribbean, all the people that they call Carnival Cruise Line because can't stop walking but love mowing and cruising. They talk about they talk about the fact that Carnival Cruise Line is is a ghetto cruise ship, right? But Royal Caribbean's got an outbreak of salmonella. It's got a salmonella poison. I think it's like 150 people. 150 people came down with salmonella, and I just googled it because that's what I'm saying. I might not know everything, but I you can go say, "Okay, Google," and ask a question, and they'll answer it. I said, "Well, how do you check salmonella? It's from bad water, uh, from vegetation, animal products, and people." You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just use that as an example. Say, for example, and somebody Google it. Can you kill salmonella by? Can you cook it out? So I don't make I don't make so I don't add to the special type of stupid. Can you know how when we were brought up that you got to make sure it's done so you don't get nothing. And here's my question because I've seen it so many times. When I was on a cruise ship, it said you can catch salmonella from um, people not washing their hands. You know what? I'm gonna stop right there and I'm gonna tell y'all this story. I used to be a cook on a submarine. I was in the highest rank I made was E5. Second class petty officer as a cook. And we when we had our meals or whatever, they'd have to stand in line and we had a full pan and would serve people, give them the plate, and they'd go sit down. That's just how it was. Um, and we also had a dining room for the officers. In this one certain day, the dining room for the officers, it was my turn to serve the officers. So I served all the officers. The next day, 90% of the boat got sick with food poisoning. 90%. Okay. Turns out they figured out it came from a little cut on the cook's hand. So every time he grabbed the plate, one, he didn't put any gloves on, but every time he grabbed the plate, he transferred he transferred that from his hand to the plate. Then when someone else touched it, then they grabbed it by the fork, put it in their mouth. And you know how we do. Oh man, that's delicious. Or we grab it with our hand. Oh, that's delicious. 90% of the crew got sick. Luckily, we was in port. And they transferred him off the boat so quick because when they would have found out, they would have took him out. They would have found out it was one of the cooks that did it. They would have took him out. The officers praised me because none of them got sick, and that's just a prime example of people not washing their hands, not putting a band-aid over a cut, not covering up, not wearing a glove. You see what I'm saying? Not wearing a glove. And see, on these cruise ships, people people get on these cruise ships and believe that they're on vacation, they could do anything and everything they freaking want, and how dare you tell me anything different? From over drinking to poor hygiene to not washing your nasty behind hands. Do you see what I'm saying? Because see, it's all self-serve. It's all self-serve. So if one person was infected, one person that might have went to shore and had some, you know, not fully cooked chicken at a spot in shore, not fully cooked chicken, and brought it back onto the boat. Brought their hands back, not washing, and whew, what a hot day. Whew, my underarms itch because you ain't wash your behind. Uh, rubbing the eyes, and then let's go eat. And I've done it many times. I've sat by the wash station and watched to see if anybody other than me and my wife wash our hands. Even at Royal Caribbean, they have this person, hey, washy washy. He goes, washy washy. You know what I'm saying? He says, washy washy. And, they're dancing at the wash station. Wash your hands. I'm sure a lot of people just walk right by it. A lot of people just walk right by them and then go grab one of those handles to put the scrambled eggs and the tongs for the bacon and the sauce. Goes washy washy, but you didn't wash your hands. And then now that you're affected, then the next person comes along. Oh man, those home fries look good. But the last person was affected, and bam, you touched it too. And then it moves on and moves on and moves on and moves on. And then we're not even gonna get into the fact that you ever watch the oh oh uh, man, hey Charles, I'm gonna tell you this. I promise you, ever again getting into I'm never again getting into, let's see if I can find it. There there is a there is a bacteria. There is a bacteria. It's called hot tub something. I tried to screenshot it, but it didn't work. Again, I tried to screenshot it, but it didn't work. It's called hot tub something, where the hot tub gets infected and you get red bumps all over you. And there was a lady that said that looks like hot tub something or other, and you can't. She said no matter how much chlorine you put in that hot tub, you can't get rid of that bacteria, and you need to seek medical treatment. I'm never getting into one of those lukewarm hot tubs on a cruise ship ever again. I'm never getting on one of those cruise ship hot tubs ever, ever again. I promise you, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. But you know, and let's go back. I see a few people probably going. I wanted to say morning, Crooked Pete. Morning, Mike stay out of garden. Morning, Charles. And morning, official Jamie. Hey, like I said, I was just starting out. but you got some people that I forgot there was 180 people that are sick from salmonella outbreak. But see, we get on here and be so phony. We get on here and be so self righteous, and we have this persona, and you've got people that um, they don't understand. They don't know government. They don't understand that. Long story short, other than sending in the National Guard, you know what I'm saying. The president can request stuff from Congress, but he can't do nothing about it. He can request stuff from Congress, but if Congress doesn't act on it, he's got to wait on them. They control all the money. You see what I'm saying? And we've got this this strike that went on for a couple of days, and people ran in and got all the water. Well, just a question. Other than the flood areas, I mean, not even and this wasn't because of the storm, because of the strike. You running getting all the bottled water, but what about um what about water out of the tap? When did we stop drinking that stuff? The same water that you're getting the bottled water, they grabbed out of the tap. They just filtered it out and did reverse osmosis or something. So you're spending all this money on cases of water. They showed one lady, she had a whole room full of water. I hope she's on a slab because that's gonna come through the basement. She had a whole room full of water. And you don't realize if something really went down, that water's not gonna last. That water's not gonna last as long as you think it's gonna last. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That water's not gonna last as long as you think it's gonna last. But that's our society. Our attention span is so short nowadays. You know, I did I did a yes, I did a short saying that YouTube is expanding their their short time to 3 minutes. I think it's going to be on the 15th of this month when you can start doing it. That's the only stuff that people's attention spans are short. They don't want to watch anything. They don't want to watch anything past 60 seconds. Now that I guess is 3 minutes is the limit. I was not getting any views until I started doing shorts again. No one wants to watch the long version of anything. No one wants to watch that. Our attention spans are gone. Does anyone still know how to count back change? Or do they have to look at the register? Or have to get a calculator? If I told you I need 15% If I need 15% of a dollar, would you be able to tell me what it is? I couldn't. I'd have to get a calculator, but I bet you Charles would. He's really good with numbers. Good morning, associate minister. No, I mean, and I'm not saying that, Mike, but I'm just saying it's the fact that they're sneaking in, and say now I'm saying I'm being political, but see, when you want to control the masses, you got to slowly start dumbing them down. When you slowly start taking away our rights and you slowly stop showing these kids how to learn and how to think for themselves, you'll slowly dumb down the masses. It used to be when you was in high school or middle school, you was scared of the principal. Now they got cops all over the place in all these schools, in uh, metal detectors, and you got people coming in shooting them. You used to go to school to actually learn something, even though we find out years later that a lot of stuff was blocked from us, and then you had to learn had to learn the hard way. Do you see what I'm saying? When you got to be in it for the long run to control the masses. Gasoline, the price of gasoline is not controlled by the president of the United States. Doesn't matter if he's Democrat or Republican. They do not control the price of gas. Sorry to tell you. The housing. The president can send a rough draft of a law to Congress, but you can't do nothing about housing. Congress and the Senate have to do something about it. Local governments have to do something about it. Try doing new math, you'll think you're already dumb. Yep, yep. Do you see what I'm saying? You we are hearing this stuff and we're believing the hype. I said in a short, I said, you know what? If the local governments, see, I live in Gwinnett County up here in Georgia, if they came out with an ordinance that local homes cannot, I don't know if that would be constitutional, but if they came down with a local ordinance that says that uh, corporations can only own a certain amount of homes, because correct me if I'm wrong. In Georgia, there's three corporations that own 19,000 rental homes, so they control the value of the house prices in Georgia. That's why the rent keeps going up and up. I remember when I first moved to Georgia, rent was $400 for a one bedroom. So if the local governments would enact a ordinance that you can only own a certain amount of homes, don't you think something would change? Do you see what I'm saying? Don't you think something would change? See, we're trying to vote in we're just trying to vote in the president. Well, what about Congress? What about the Senate? What about the local politicians that you need to cut? some of this stuff out, and people need to start asking the right questions. People need to start asking the right questions. What about and we always talk about defunding the police department. Well, some of these police departments get paid more than certain countries. Than certain countries. New York is prime example. Than certain countries, guys. But we're more inclined. Thank you. What do you need a tank for? What do you need? Maybe an amphibious vehicle that so they could come and help these people in these certain areas. But what do you need a tank for? See, you they are slowly. And you ever remember this? Just notice. Go look at a police car. Remember, it used to say "protect and serve." I need to get my tinfoil hat on. I need to get my tinfoil. I need to get my tinfoil hat on. Do you see what I'm saying? We have literally been become a society of clickbait. Just click my video. I'm going to tell you everything and anything because of YouTube and TikTok. And I've done it. Snuck liquor on board. Never really caught a buzz because I'm sitting here eating all the daggone time on a cruise ship. But I'm not gonna show y'all. But I can't use the stuff no more because the cruise ships they done they done seen the way people sneak stuff on board. Now they're checking everything. They're checking everything now. See, you've messed it up for the quiet ones that just wanted to, to supplement. You've messed it up for people. That's right. Mike said if it gets super bad, we got army. We don't need Barney Fife and the war equipment. We don't need people that you're supposed to be protecting and serving. I watch videos all the time. These cops get mad and just take people's money. There's a movie. I had to get up. I can't watch it. The guy was on his way riding a bike. The cop ran him over, threw him on the floor, and tied him up. It's called Ruby Ridge or something like that. Tied him, handcuffed him, and he had a backpack full of money. He was riding his bike to the jailhouse to free his cousin. Then everything goes bad because he's got no recourse. People have been abusing us for so long, black, white, and indifferent, but y'all don't want to do that. They turn each us against each other. They turn against each other, so we don't see what's really going on. They they attack us with the food and the beverages. Someone said someone said that Coca-Cola you could you could remove rust with Coca-Cola. I hope that ain't true, but I'm really kind of believing that it is. I'm really kind of believing that it is. Really? Coca-Cola? And they show the difference. You know, there's there's an immaculate Mexican supermarket right up the road that I go to get these. seasoned pork tacos. Oh my god, it's delicious. But it's immaculate in there. They only speak Mexican. You know, I mean, they'll change the English if must speak them. Everything's in Mexican, even the aisles or whatever. But they have Coke that they actually imported from Mexico. And I seen a sign the difference of what's in that Coke compared to what's in our Coca Cola. Do you see what I mean? That I finally weaned off a Monster drink. No wonder I'm half dead. That poison. You know, we don't we don't take the time. We don't take the time to figure out what's really causing the damage in our bodies, what's really causing the damage here, what's really what's really affecting us. But we're so set in our ways. You know, I talked about six things that what is it? 6 hard truths every man must remember. Nice men are used, shy men are ignored, weak men are abused, soft men are pushed around, patient men are exploited, ruthless men are respected. Who are they talking about? From who? Nice men are used by other women. Yep. Shy men are ignored. Yep. By other women. Yep. Weak men are abused by other women. Yes. And probably their bosses. Soft men are pushed around by who? Other women. Yep. Patient men are exploited. Yep. There was a guy that they went on a date. The woman said she didn't want to go, but she went anyway and bought 6 plates of food, and he refused to pay. I got up, and walked out too. But then it says ruthless men are respected. Those are the ones that most women are choosing because I guess they say that the ruthless guy is going to protect them, but he's going to protect you and beat the bejesus out of you. He's going to cheat on you. He's going to treat you like dirt. And then from that point on, you're going to believe all the other ones, the nice men, you're going to use them. The shy men, you're going to ignore them. The weak men, you're going to abuse them. The soft men, you're going to push around because you could not choose right. One of the things I had to learn, and thank God I have a good friend that's been married for God knows but Jesus long. I had to learn how to shut up, to shut my mouth. I had to learn how to shut up. And this weekend I had to reenact reenact that practice. I had to learn how to shut up. Best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did. You can't hear me? Hey Mike, can you hear me? Wait a minute. Yeah. Any of you guys here? Still ain't figured out how to, figure out how to do this. Uh, uh, gotcha, gotcha. And I forgot to say good morning to Wellness with Fukumama. I would dance around, but I'm still trying to learn how to wake up. I've had a month and a half of doing a whole lot of nothing. And see, we talk about a special kind of stupid. I was watching it on a video before I came in here. these guys that brake check 18 wheelers, you are special type kind of stupid. Let's talk about that. You get mad that you got cut off or whatever. You don't know what that driver he might have made a mistake. He might have looked somewhere. Oh, okay. He might have looked somewhere. He might have did something wrong because there's so many things in that truck you got to keep your eyes on. So many reactions. He might have made a mistake. But then you get in front of him and you keep slowing down. You don't know if this guy has 80,000 pounds. It doesn't matter because that thing's got enough power to run you the heck over. You don't realize that you're putting your life on the line, and the guy behind the wheel, you're putting his life on the line. Do you see what I'm saying? We're not taking any we're not taking any time to figure out, is there something wrong? Do did I do something wrong? Or what is the real reason for what's going on? We're always looking for a handout. I technically I have to get back to work. I got no money left. I had thousands and thousands of dollars. I had thousands and thousands of dollars in stocks that I had to sell so that I could keep the money coming in before I started getting my benefits. Then my last check I got it a little while back. Got to get back to work. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be really rough, really rough. But it's possible. I can do it. I know we can with the same thing. But I had a backup for the backup, and I also have another backup for that backup. So you have to learn how to prepare yourself. Stop waiting on everybody else to save you. Stop waiting. They might come along and help you, but stop waiting for everybody else to save you. I'm just saying. I wish I could put that on the screen. Associate Minister said, learn to be the driver of your life. Don't let someone else make you the passenger of your life. We want to blame illegals and immigrants and all this other stuff. These people have come in, and I guess the thing now is they're trying to put the Haitians out of some of these homes that they came into the town of up there in Ohio, and they started fixing up the place. They started fixing up the place. I hate this association. I freaking do. But guess what? It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me on my toes to keep an eye on my home. I probably would not have, or would have, one of the two. But it keeps me on my toes. But guess what? You got a building crisis in Florida, and guess who was building it? Illegals. There's got to be a better way other than blaming folks for your problem. I could be a hater. I could be hater nation right here. Hater nation. Spanish folks behind me. I just found out from Mickey, my neighbor behind me, but the Spanish folks to the right. This guy's got repair crews, like 5 or 6 repair crews that go all over the place. They're in the Carolinas right now. And you can hear him grinding in that garage all day, every day. Turns out he made, But I could say, "Oh, go back to your own country," and be bigoted and all that, and I'd be making myself look like an idiot. Guys over here, they do construction across the street, and they got the newest truck. I could be hating on them, but no, I go, man. Wish I could, wish I could drive one of them big ass, whatever this costs $100,000. But they making that money. These big folks come over here. They walk across the freaking whole country to get here. And y'all, when you want to blame them for all of your problems, you're a special type of stupid. You want to blame them for all the problems, but guess what? You'll hire them. You'll grab them and hire them for the business to replace your roof, to build your a house, your apartments. You'll hire them to paint. You'll hire them because you don't want to pay the other Americans, black and or white, the 30 or $40 they're asking for, but you want to pay only over there. How stupid does that sound? But you don't want them here, but you'll pay them. How stupid does that sound? Help me out here. I'm, you know, I'm just saying. You got people that will come up, this special type of stupid, especially down here in Georgia. Everybody's got a gun. You come up and you start accosting people and getting all in their face and thinking nobody's not going to retaliate. Have you lost your natural born mind? And I don't advocate violence. I really don't. Have you lost your natural born mind? I'm just saying. Let's see. Man, you typing out some stuff here. Moments in time in the day where you meet your personal needs and personal wants, not having please asking moments will cause a decline in physical health and mental. I dude, yes, I've been healing, but this has caused one heck of a mental stroke on me. I'm ready to get back to work. I jump in the shower and I'm gonna wait till like 9:30, 8, but 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm gonna call it safety and see what do I need to do because I'm supposed to return to work today. So we got to figure that out. But we're so quick to pick up this instead of helping somebody. We're so quick to go like this instead of guy got in a car crash. How about you get out the car and run over there and bang on are you okay? You all right? Open the door. No, but everybody else be out with the camera. Be out with the camera. Because you want to get that viral moment. You want to get that viral moment. Are you a special type of stupid? You don't want to help somebody, but you'll get that. We don't know our rights no more. You got cops that will say, "Come on outside." People joke about it. No, I'm not coming outside. That's a smart guy because he got caught out there one too many times. Cop come to my door. I'm not even talking to you from downstairs. I'm going to opening up a window upstairs because once they put their foot in the door, he'll be there all night. You see what I'm saying? And some cops just will just barge in. You got videos. They just barging into people's houses. I remember, like I said, y'all, you guys usually see a video of me, and I sit in the same spot. I got two chairs that. Good morning, Oldham. How you doing? I sit in my front drive. It's my favorite spot all year long. even in the cold. I'll go out there and sit and just look around. I caught this one kid just walking across the middle of my lawn. I watched him on videos a few times. I was over the road, and I looked at him and I said, "Hey, man, have you lo- have you lost your natural born mind? Get the f bomb off my freaking property." But he just thought it was okay to walk across the middle part of my lawn, my neighbor's lawn, and people just go walking down the street, just walking like that, like it was okay. I struggle every day to fix my grass, which looks like who done it. You know what I mean? Like who done it? But I struggle every day and every year. And then you were gonna walk across my lawn? Have you lost your stinking mind? Jesus. Yeah, have you lost your mind? But guess what? We have. We've lost all sense of common sense, all sense of dignity, all sense of respect. You got people that will trash a McDonald's over the wrong order. Will trash a McDonald's. That person is barely getting by behind the cash register, and you're gonna sit there and trash the place and threaten him. There was one guy that just grabbed it. I think it was because she didn't give him a straw or something. He grabbed a young African American girl and pulled it, and she knocked the bejesus out of him. We have lost all sense of reality. We have lost all sense of comprehension. A lot of these women nowadays, these young ladies, they thinking that you can just go around slap anybody. These young folks ain't one brought up like we were brought up. They wasn't brought up like that. They would knock you out. And there was one girl. She it's a video. Her mouth was open because she she wailed this guy, bam, and that guy he turned around and pow, he hit her so hard he knocked her hairdo out. And I'm not again not advocating violence. This is for entertainment purposes only. But she looked like you hit me back. Yeah, don't raise your hands to nobody. You gonna wind up doing the wrong person. There was one lady in the store. She just kept on calling this sister the N word, and she said, "Oh, I got." She said, "I got time today." Knocked it to the ground. Oh, now you sorry. A lot of people just want to be left alone. Plain and simple. A lot of people just want to be left alone. That's why, again, I learned this from Charles. I done got like ninjutsu good at, and it comes to I mess up a whole lot. I've been messing up a whole lot lately, but I got to get back into my ninja training on learning how to shut up and mind my business. There was a person that said this. They're in a bar, and all the men were sitting at the bar, but one didn't want to give up a seat for any of the women. The only seat I'm giving up is for either my eldest sister, because my mother's gone, my wife, or Charles's wife, because she's a good friend. Anybody else, y'all ain't getting nothing from me. Sorry. You wanted equal opportunity? Y'all ain't getting nothing from me. And there was a video. There's a video. Ladies, ladies said to this guy, you just sitting there, you're not gonna let me sit down. And the guy gets up, and he only has one leg, and he don't say nothing. And when I seen that video, I was like, you going to hell for that one, lady. Y'all want you want equal treatment, equal opportunity, but you don't. You just want it when it's convenient for you. You want equal? You want to be treated equal? Again, even if it wasn't equal opportunity, I'm not giving up that seat only to the three people I just said, and then I'll stand up because I got really bad flat feet, and half the time I was hanging in the bar anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But see, we done lost all sense of reality. We done lost all sense of common sense. And so you don't know who when you just pout, we kind of spout off at the mouth, and you don't know who you're talking to. And I learned a valuable lesson about that. I remember I went and did a kickboxing lesson, and I'm learning how to punch. I was like, I'm Bruce Lee. I'm punching the bag, and I'm hearing boom, boom, boom. And I looked over there, and I see this little behind dude. Wasn't even a buck 10. He was kicking that thing, and it was a Muay Thai. He was doing like Muay Thai. And I said, see, I said, I said, Lord, I need to see it. I was thinking I could be that guy that mouths off, and this guy gives me a swift kick to the ribs, and I'm done. I said, I said that's why you guys think that I'm always talking down. No, I'm always trying to keep myself humble because I go from 0 to 100 really quick. So I don't need the aggravation. I don't need the frustration. I don't need all of that. That's why I was laughing when people are running, they're buying up all of this food because ain't nobody got savings that they could go to Sam's Club and buy all this carts of food and tuna and all this other stuff. So you got people that's gonna be wiping their behinds till 2026. They don't need toilet paper till 2026. I gotta do a short. I still got 2 cases of toilet paper that I found behind the trailer that at one of our yards. Guy just threw it out the back of the truck so he can empty out the truck. This one ply, but it's still toilet paper. Some people think it's sandpaper, but it's still toilet paper. It's still toilet paper. It's still toilet paper. But guess what? When the zombie apocalypse goes down, are you gonna be worried about wiping your behind or worried about surviving? Think about it. If World War III pops off, are you worried about wiping your behind or surviving? If a government coup goes down and people are fighting and civil war breaks out, what are you going to be worrying about? Wiping your behind or surviving? If a meteor hits or another hurricane and you run out of food, nobody can get to you, but you got all that toilet paper. You're a special type of stupid. Do you see what I'm getting at here? We- do you see what I'm getting at here? We You ain't got no priorities. Put some stuff back for a rainy day. Learn how to grow something. Oh shoot, this reminded me. I gotta my avocado chair. I gotta bring that in. I'm gonna bring that in right after this live. Learn how to grow something. Learn how to can goods. Watch some of these people's videos that it's growing something. Watch some of these people's videos that's showing you how to grow stuff in the house, just in case the zombie apocalypse happens. Have some backups. Have have a better sense of reality. Have a better sense of reality. And I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm kind of dumb like a mother, but you know, oh, he said, "Thank you for the impersonation of a Southern Baptist preacher." Associate Bishop, we need to talk one of these days. We need to have a long talk. You'll laugh. Oh, Jesus. We don't have no common sense no more. That's when I was telling my son, and I apologized to him last night. I've been having fun and I've been having fun showing him how to drive, and then I just started reigniting an old an old practice I used to do, which is I used to love cooking. I'm not gonna get on here and show y'all, but I can cook. And hey, Urban, how you doing? Welcome in. And I just been making meals and then going. What I've been doing is I'm doing just the opposite. I've been showing my son how to drive at night because he works night. So I would been picking him up at work. No, pick him up at work, and I just didn't get him today. Um, I've been picking him up from work. No, and taking him to work. But I started making him. I'm prepping some meals. Say, hey, I made this for you. Hey, I made this for you. Hey, I made this for you. And I had some leftovers because I made soup this weekend. I made all kind of stuff, and I bought him a big bag of stuff that he's got lunch for work for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I started finding my old self again. And I'm just having so much fun. I don't have one magnet. You see in the cars that says new driver, please have patience. I got six of them. I got two on the back bumper, two on the back of my pickup truck, two on the front door. And I've just been having fun. And he's actually pretty darn good. And I apologize for him for taking so long to show him how to drive. But I personally felt like a father. And I haven't felt like a father in a long time. I haven't felt like a father in a long time. that's what you just said. You said what I was just trying to say. I started cooking again. I'm really enjoying it. It became work and it wasn't fun anymore. You really, when we do these things, we have to learn how to enjoy ourselves. Same thing with YouTube. You got to learn how to enjoy this. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun doing it. I don't. Like this weekend, I took some of the leftover stew that I made and I added, well, I actually made some uh, Japanese curry. Oh my God, that was delicious. And I got the semi hot and it was okay. But I had so much fun making it. I'm gonna take a chance on the very hot. I don't know when. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna take a chance on the very hot one. That's gonna be so much freaking fun. And you just I've had I made bulgogi, I made mixed, roasted potatoes, and I did all kind of stuff this week and really enjoyed myself. That sounds good. Mike said I said I grilled chicken teriyaki, man, so good. And Associate Minister said Farrell had 7 years of plenty to save grain for 7 years of famine. The people didn't die because of great preparation. If we start prepping and preparing ourselves, you wouldn't need to go out and buy stuff that's made in the United States. All meat is made in the United States. Pork, chicken, beef, plants all over the place. Wall water is made in the United States, all bottled water, and it's poison anyway because it's giving off something, it's a chemical. Um, there's a chemical estrogen that if you wonder why you got man boobs, might be that water, and you're running out to get bottled water. Paper towel, paper, uh, toilet paper, Georgia Pacific. They got plants, recycling plants all over the place. That cardboard that comes in those boxes from the supermarkets picked up, big the Georgia Pacific. They You break it back down, and guess what? They make toilet paper out of it. This is stuff that's made in the United States. You see what I'm saying? The reason I know because I picked up at Georgia Pacific a million times. I've taken cardboard there, and you could watch them grind it down. Charles has picked up from many, the the butchering plants, the chicken plants. I picked up from chicken. If you ever smell what the chicken plants smell like, you wouldn't eat chicken ever again. What's up, Stelia? How you doing? And I forgot to say good morning, Urban. I don't know if I forgot to say over to the Frugal Mama, but you know, you know how we do. Exactly. Don't let nobody steal your day. But see, a lot of times because everybody has this, everybody has this, we make ourselves look stupid. Don't be a special type of stupid out here today. If you don't know, good, just Google it. If you don't know, there's a search engine. Just ask a question. Y'all don't even know on these. these phones, you can say, "Okay, Google." You just say, "Okay, Google." See, look, and it'll go, "How may I help?" You can just ask a question. Let's start gaining our common sense back. Let's start figuring out and start learning again, and open up our mind to reality, the reality of life, the reality of the world. We're not getting any younger. We're actually we're actually getting, you know, appreciate you, very fish pump. Smell- Smells like smells like death. Uh-oh. Yes, it does smell like death. You told, oh, the chicken place. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That would probably make me a vegetarian if I had to smell it even more. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. We just had a long hour and 16 minutes of me mumbling. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a part of the live. I got to bring my avocado plant in, wash myself up, and get ready. Exactly. Before you know it, there is nothing wrong with being wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with saying my bad, my mistake. Just just think about it. There's nothing wrong. We all have to learn some way. One way or another, you're gonna have to figure it out. But again, guys, just always remember, if you don't think no one loves you, know that we love you and God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. See you tomorrow. Coming up next, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Get your workout on, and the morning the morning meditation and the morning affirmation. See you guys tomorrow. Deuces.